Now we're starting with the exercise 2A numericals. You can see on the board I have written each and every formula relative to exercise 2A. We'll discuss one by one, and I have also given the SI unit. Every physical quantity has to be as per the SI unit. If it's not, you have to convert. Then compulsory each and every physical term, physical quantity has to be in a SI unit. So over here I have mentioned all the SI units over here. We'll discuss about that also. First, let's start with the formula. Work done by the force of gravity. So work done by the force of gravity is nothing but mgh. I have discussed this earlier also. In case if you are lifting any body, any object, so you have to consider the mass. As you are lifting it against the gravity, and third part is the height to which you are raising it. So whenever they ask work done by the force of gravity, it will be always mgh. In this, they can also ask you one more thing. What is the force, not the work, force due to gravity? I have discussed this earlier when I explained the theory part. The force due to gravity is also equal to the weight of the body, which is nothing but mass into gravity. Okay, so yes, this is the force due to gravity. Now students, over here one more point to notice, that in case if they give us the force as 5 kgf, this you cannot use while using the numericals over here. This you cannot use while solving the numericals over here. The reason, because the unit for force has to be compulsory Newton. So this kgf indicates what? It indicates that 5 kg is nothing but the mass, and F is nothing but the force of gravity. That means here compulsory you have to use the value of G, whatever is available in the question. And when you multiply the mass 5, let us say in case of gravity is 9.8. So after multiplying this, the answer what you will get, that will be in Newton. That means the 5 kgf will not be acceptable in the numerical. 5 kgf will not be acceptable while solving the numerical. Compulsory has to be in Newton only. So the answer will be 49 Newton. Then work is force into displacement. Work, this is when the displacement is in the direction of force. If the displacement is not in direction of force, then the same formula along with the cos theta. Theta is nothing but the angle between the force and displacement which will be available in the question. And last, power equals to force into velocity. Students, over here, how do you derive this formula? So power is also equal to work upon time, where work is F into S upon time. Now force, what is displacement upon time, is velocity. Hence, the power ka formula we can also write as force into velocity. Now this is exclusively only when they use the word electric energy. Whenever they use the word electric energy, the commercial unit for electric energy is kilowatt hour or watt hour. So here, whenever in our numerical problem, whenever they have used electric energy, we have to use power in kilowatt and time in hour. Since compulsory power has to be in kilowatt and time has to be in hour. Always remember students that 1 kilowatt is 1000 watt. Now here, work, the SI unit is joule, mass, SI unit is kg, G gravity is meter per second or Newton per kg, height is meter, force is Newton, displacement is meter, power is watt or joule per second, and velocity is meter per second. So these are the units in which you require them in your numerical. Now over here, just last thing again I'll repeat over here, that when they have given us anything kgf, you can convert this kgf into Newton by just replacing F with G and then write the value of G. You can convert from kgf to Newton. This is very, very important, students. So just note down all the formulas. I'll start with the exercise. Okay. First question, a body when acted upon by a force of 10 kgf gets displaced by 0.5 meter calculate the work done by the force when the displacement is in the direction of force. So first thing, you have to find the work where the displacement is in direction of the force. Second, find the work at an angle of 60 degree. That means theta over here is 60 degree. That means there is an angle between the work, there is an angle between the force and the displacement. And third thing they have asked us, when it is normal to the force. Students, normal means perpendicular. That means in this case the theta will be 90. So now, first of all, they have asked us find the work done when the displacement is in the direction of force. So students, when the displacement is in the direction of force, the simple formula is F into S. The force is 10 kgf, which is not acceptable. So I have to convert this into Newton. How to convert this into Newton I have told you. So just see over here, F is m into g, mass is 10 kg, and the value of g they have given as 10 Newton per kg. Hence, you can just see instead of mass I have given mass, and instead of gravity I have given the value of g which is available in the question, that is 100 Newton. So now this is acceptable. So force is 100, displacement is 0.5, which is pi upon 10. Hence, the work done is 50 joule when the displacement is in the direction of force. Second, when there is an angle, I have told you students when the displacement is not in direction of force, the formula what we use will be Fs cos theta, which is Fs cos 60. Students, we have already found Fs, that is work is Fs. So Fs is how much, students? 50. If you are getting confused, simply we'll again substitute. We'll again use the value of force and displacement. The force is how much? 100 Newton. Displacement is pi upon 10, and cos 60 is half. So 5 ones are 5 twos are 250 and 225. So 25 joule. And last is Fs cos 90, because normal to the force. So Fs, again the same thing students, here also found Fs, here also Fs. The value of Fs was 50 and cos 90 is 0. So anything into 0 is 0. So the work done is 0. So we have done all the three cases. One first case where the displacement was in the direction of force, then there was some angle as 60 and the angle as 90. Now the second part, second question. A boy of a mass 40 kg climbs up the stairs and reaches the roof of a height 8 meters in 5 seconds. Calculate the force of gravity acting on the boy. First is force of gravity. Second is work done by him against the force of gravity. That is work done. We have to find the work. And third is the power spent. So students, for power, what formula do we have? Work upon time, and also we have force into velocity, but here we will be using this formula. So first part, second part and third part. The first is force of gravity. I have already explained you the force of gravity is nothing but mass into gravity. The mass is 40, G is 10, that's 400 Newton. Now the work done by the force of gravity. So students, the work done by the force of gravity is what? It's against the gravity. Obviously, yes, because the body is going upwards, so it's going against the gravity, but it's work done by the gravity. So work done against the gravity is mgh. mass 40, G 10, and height is 8 meters. 3200 joule. And last part they have asked is work done. Sorry, power. Power is work upon time. Work is 3200 and time is 5 seconds, which is nothing but 640 watt. We have finished question number 2 also. Question. A man spends 6.4 kilojoules. Student, joule is needed for work. So it is 6.4 kilojoule. Energy spent, obviously I have told you the energy and the work are the same unit. So joule is needed for the work. In displacing the body by 64 meters, in the direction in which he applies the force for 5 seconds. Okay, so calculate the force applied and the power spent in HP. Find the force and the power, and here compulsory want the power in horsepower. So we all know that 1 horsepower is 746 watt. Now over here, students, first of all, the work is available, displacement is available, and we do not have force. The formula what we will go for is work is force into displacement. But the work is not as per the proper unit because work has to be in joule and this is given to you in kilo. Whenever it's a kilo, always you have to multiply by 1000 to get in a normal joule. That means always remember that 1 kilojoule will be equals to 1000 joule. So the work over here will be 6.4 into 1000, that is 6400 joule. Now work is F into S. Work is 6400, force and display 64 meters. So force will be 6400. So force is 100 Newton. Now the next question what they have asked is power. So power obviously is work upon time. The work is 6400 and time is 5 seconds, which is 1280 watt. But they don't want the answer in watt, they want the answer in HP. So students over here, you can write HP and watt. 1 HP is 746 watt. So 1280 is how many horsepower? Power. And power is work upon time. Work is 400 and time is 2.5 seconds. That is 25 upon 10. 10 will go where, students? In the numerator upon 25. 5 5s are, 5 2s are, and 5 1280. That is 2560 watt. Now we have to convert this into HP. Write HP and watt. 1 HP is 746 watt. So 2560 will be how many X? Cross multiply upon 746 is your power in HP. So when you divide this, you get the answer as 3.43 horsepower. So power is 3.43 HP. Now the next question is 4. Weightlifter lifted a load of 200 kgf. So obviously students, whenever the word kgf is there, it's always force due to gravity to a height of 2.5 meters in 5 seconds. We have to find the work done and the power developed by him. Work done, power developed by him, and the value of G, they are given as 10 Newton per kg. So it's very simple, students, over here. We have to find work, and to find work, force and displacement both are available. Force is 200, but yes, again students, the same thing, it's in kgf. And I have told you how to convert from kgf, how to convert from kgf to Newton. So force is force due to gravity, mass into gravity. The mass is 200 kg and the value for G is 10. So answer is 2000 Newton. Now the work is F into S, that is 2000 into a displacement is 2.5. Height means how much it got displaced. So 2.5 is 25 by 10 and the answer is 5000 joule. Now the next part, they ask power, which is again work upon time, which is 5000 upon 5, the time is 5 seconds, answer is 1000 watt. So it was very simple, sir. Now the fifth question. A machine raises a load of 750 Newton. Again, students, the Newton is unit for force. A height of 60 meter in 5 seconds. Now over here, again the same thing. We have to find the work and the power. If it is 100% efficient, that means this is the information they have provided that the machine is working at 100% efficiency, that means you will find normal power only. So first is work, which is F into S. Here there is no conversion required because they are already given Newton only. Here we have converted because it was in kgf. And displacement is 16. So 750 into 16 is your work done. Next thing what they asked is find power. So this is 12,000 joule and the power is work upon time, which is 12,000 upon the time 5 seconds, that is 2400 watt. So power is 2400 watt. With this we have finished question number 5 also. Now let's start with question number 6. An electric heater of power 3 kilowatt is used for 10 hours. How much energy does it consume? The students over here, I have told you energy. So here power is in kilowatt, time is in hours. So we have to find electric energy. The electric energy is power in kilowatt and time in hours. So power is 3, time is 10, 30 kilowatt hour. What they've asked is find the power in kilowatt hour and then find the power in joule also. So students over here just understand that you can convert kilowatt hour into joule. Both are energy only. This is particularly electric energy, but there is a conversion that 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joule. So we have 30 kilowatt hour will be how many cross multiplied? So the answer will be 30 into 3.6 into 10 raised to 6. That is 108 into 10 raised to 6 joule. If you want, you can put the decimal after one number to 1.08. So after decimal, how many numbers you have added? 2. So you add the power of 10 also as 2. That is 1.08 into 10 raised to 8 joule is the answer. Students, whenever there is no decimal, if you are adding the decimal, always remember that after decimal, how many places you have added? That point number you have to add over here also to the power of 10. So answer is 1.08 into 10 raised to 8 joule. So we have got the answer in we have got the answer in kilowatt hours and in joule also. Now the question number 7. 2 ways is 50 liter of water. Students, 50 liters, it means they have given us volume of water through a height of 25 meter in time 5 seconds. Find the power of the pump required. So we have to calculate the power over here. So again, power, students, over here we are lifting. So obviously the power we can consider as what? Power over here is work upon time, and we can consider the power as mgh as we have the gravity available, height also available and time also available. That means what you want is, along with this information we have to given the density is 1000 kg per meter cube and the gravity is 10 Newton per kg. So now using the formula of density equals to mass upon volume, we can find the mass of the water. That means over here we can find the mass, but here the density is in kg per meter cube, that means the volume is in meter cube, and here the volume is in liters. So first I have to convert liters into meter cube. How to convert liters into meter cube? So students, over here 1 liter is 1 upon 1000 meter cube. So 50 liters will be how much? 50 into 1 upon 1000 cross multiply. Hence, you'll get the volume as 5 upon 100 meter cube. So now the volume is in meter cube. So using this formula, mass is equal to density into volume. Density is 1000. Volume is 5 upon 100. So the mass will be 50 kg. So now using the formula of power, what is mass? 50. What is the gravity? 10. Height is 25 meters. Upon the time is 5 seconds. So 5 tens are. Answer is 2500 watt. So answer is 2500 watt. So now students over here, there was one thing which was different was that converting meter into meter cube, and then in find the mass using the formula of density into volume. So please note down. We will start with the a pump is used to lift 500 kg of water from a depth of 80 meters in 10 seconds. Calculate the work done. So the work over here, so again, we are lifting something, gravity is available. So NGH 500, the value for G is 10, and the value for G is 10, and the height is 80. So the answer is 5 8s are 40, and then how many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4. Then into 10 raised to 4 joule. This is your work, students. This is your work done. Now students, remember, whenever you are calculating the work done, it is normally treated as work output. There are two work output and work input. What is work output and what is work input? Work output is the actual work done, and work input is the effort what you have put in doing the work is set to work input, and the final work done is set to work output. Now first is work done we have found. Second is power at which the pump works. So power is work upon time. So work is 4 into 10 raised to 4 upon the time, that is 10 seconds. Sorry, 40. 0 will get cut. So answer is 4 into 10 raised to 4 watt. And last is C part. The power rating of the pump. Power rating, students, whenever you buy any machine, there is some power noted on it. That is set to a power rating or power input. But the machine will not work at the same input. Definitely the work done on the machine will be less as compared to what is rated. So what power is rated on that is set to power input, and the power what you get is set to power output. So we have to find power rating of the pump if the efficiency is 40%. Now students, understand over here. So I have just explained you that whenever you buy a machine, there is some power rated on it. Now the power rated is set to power input. Will you get the same power as output? Yes, if the efficiency is 100%. But in case the efficiency is not 100%, then definitely the power what you will get will be little less than the power rating on it. So here they have mentioned that power efficiency is only 40%. That means whatever the rating was there, whatever the input was there, out of which only 40% we have as a power output, which you have to find. Now here we have to find power rating. So for power rating, there is power input. First, the formula, the efficiency is normally written as this sign. So the efficiency is power output upon power input into 100. Okay, so this efficiency is power output upon input into 100. Power output we have already calculated over here. This was nothing but the power output because the work what I have taken is work output. So power also here is power output, which is available to us as 4 into 10 raised to 4. Power input we have to find into 100. And the efficiency is 40%. Percent 100 are written over here. So now the power input or a power rating is equal to 4 into 10 raised to 4 into 100 upon 40. 0 will go, 4 will go. Hence, 10 raised to 5 watt. Students, remember one more thing. Whenever you have such big quantities, you can definitely reduce this quantity by using a higher units. That means instead of watt, you can use kilowatt. Instead of joule, you can use kilojoule. This is possible only for the final answer. While solving the sum, compulsory has to be an SI unit only. So after you get the final answer, you can simply convert this into kilojoule by dividing it by 1000. Hence, you get 400 kilojoule. Same thing here. Divide by 1000. You will get 4 into 10, 40 kilowatt. And here, 10 raised to 5 divided by 1000. 3 zeros gone. So 100 kilowatt is the answer. So mark it very important with little different sum, because there were two things, power input and power output, and power input is nothing but the power rating of the machine. Why I not got the power rating equal to power output? Because the efficiency was not 100%. Now let's start the question number 9.